brings the dawning. It's just a restless feeling by my side. Early dawning, Sunday morning. It's just the wasted years so close behind.
One of the great shifts from the modern to the postmodern is the shift from the dominance. Let's think in structural terms. You have the dominant, subordinates, and so forth. The dominant of time in the modern to the dominant of space in the postmodern. If you think of modern literature, it's obvious that the great modern novels, I mean, it's a cliche to say that Thomas Mann, Proust, so on and so forth, all of these novels are saturated with time, with the sense of time, the obsession with time, and so on and so forth. It is the period of great experiments in music, which are, above all, constructions of new temporalities, experiments in temporality. I think that today space has taken come to the fore over temporality, and this has several consequences. Why should the
It's just a restless feeling by my side. Early dawning, Sunday morning. It's just the wasted years so close behind. Watch out, the world's behind you. There's always someone around you who will call. It's nothing at all. Sunday morning, and I'm falling. I've got a feeling I don't want to know.
be so? Well, how does one explain the modern obsession with time? I just throw this out as a possibility. It seems to me that the period of modernism was characterized by an uneven development, which we might describe as an incomplete modernization. There was still an older agriculture. There were still peasants. There were still older parts of the city, older professions that had not been swept up into the bureaucratic organization of modernity, and so on and so forth. I think that in that period, people moved from one temporality.
It's nothing at all. Sunday morning, Sunday morning, Sunday morning. the dawning. It's just a restless feeling by my side. Early dawning, Sunday morning. It's just the wasted years so close behind. Watch out, the world's behind you. There's always someone around you who will call. It's nothing at all. Sunday morning, and I'm falling. I've got a feeling I don't want to know. Early dawning, Sunday morning. It's all the streets you cross not so long ago. Watch out, the world's behind you. There's always someone around you who will call. It's nothing at all.
People grew up in their village. They came to the big city, city dominated by speed and almost inhuman kind, and therefore they were somehow sensitized to temporality, such to variations in temporality. I think that with postmodernity we arrive at a much more complete modernization. I always take agriculture as an example because I think that there is a relationship between the national culture and agriculture and peasant life. And I think that to the degree that the Green Revolution destroys the older agriculture, to the degree that the great agribusinesses replace, that transform peasants into farm workers, to the degree that these genetic crops replace, let's call them natural crops, I think much is transformed, and one must say that nature, in that sense, nature in the older sense, ceases to exist and is replaced by the artificial in the sense of the man-made, let's say. I think that therefore existentially there is not the same kind of sensitization to these variations in time. Instead, what we have around us is a world of built space, as far as the eye can see. It is a new spatial politics of land grabs, struggles over regions, and so on and so forth. If one's talking about existential experience, I think it may go something like this. That is to say, what is the status of time under a regime of space? Since I'm affirming this priority of space, what happens to time? I think that time becomes reduced to the present. And the present for each of us is the body. And therefore, which is spatial. And therefore there's a reduction, there's a gradual waning of our sense of past and future. Does it impinge on personal identity? I think to a certain degree. That is to say, I think that the 19th century novels show that people had a sense of their biographical destiny and its duration in time that maybe we don't have anymore. At any rate, I think that in the arts, everywhere one can see this reduction to the present and to the body, which is another sign of the supersession of time by space in the postmodern, and there would be, of course, more to say about that.
Próximo bloco com a Amartya Sen.
The really interesting question is not what happiness is happiness, but how important is it in our evaluation.
around you who will call. It's nothing at all. So